game name and affiliation on the left.
Mark Murphy, Boston Herald. Hey, Rob.
So what are you doing?
Ime was talking yesterday about how your reduced minutes in the last round might have actually helped you. Can you just sort of talk about that process and just how you felt after each game, and especially this last one?
Yeah, I feel like the reduced minutes helps obviously because with the injury I had, not being able to take the time off, being in such a important part of the season, the minute reduction definitely helped. Obviously the couple days between these series is helping too. So
How's the pain and the swelling right now?
yeah, it's manageable. It's kind of been getting in a routine the past couple of games of what I got to go through just to have myself ready to play.
You've been through a lot since the surgery. Just the fact that you are at this point now, just how does that hit you? What's your impression?
Just grateful, thankful to be even sitting up here, getting interviewed by you guys in the finals. Obviously, like you said, been through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of injuries, but just looking to live in the moment, man, enjoy it.
First row on the left.
Rob, this team, makes its bones on defense. How different is the defense Ime asked you to play to what you were playing with Brad the last few years?
Yeah, he just kind of, gave me the role of being a protector, the helper, helping everybody scrambling around, and it was different. I wouldn't say difficult, but it was different, because we couldn't see what they were putting together, the coaching staff, until, we started to prosper with it a little bit. Obviously, a lot more work to do, but it was a different task, and once everybody bought in, we feel like it worked for us pretty good.
When did you see the team start to prosper with it? Was there a point where it seemed like you guys got it?
Um, feel like it's when we, blowing leads, going through that drought. We couldn't keep a lead, we couldn't win a game, and it was just grit, Honestly, all of us just fed up, wanting to win, wanting to find a way to win.
Second row on the left.
Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. As successful as you are contesting shots and even blocking shots, how do you avoid having that used against you, that aggressiveness on your part, somehow getting taken advantage of by an extra pass or whatever?
Yeah, obviously I don't avoid it. People still get me with it, being a jumper, but just personnel, locking in personnel, knowing who you guard, knowing their tendencies, really attention to detail. Obviously stuff is happening fast on the court, but my opinion is just a big personnel deal. If I'm guarding someone who likes to pump fake, someone who isn't an explosive finisher, I got to keep that in mind.
Next question on the left.
Say, back to something Chris was asking you about. When things clicked defensively for you guys, just did it hit everybody at once? They just realized that if they follow what Ime's telling you to do, that this is actually going to work?
Yeah, it was just a sense of trusting Coach Udoka, everybody on the coaching staff, and trusting each other. We listened. We took criticism from each other. We trusted it. We put the plan together, and we seen it working. So we stuck with it.
Your role, you're a quarterback out there. Just how much did you have to deal with being more vocal, being the guy who was sort of calling the defense?
Yeah, being vocal on the court was never really my thing, obviously. But like I said, we had to step out of our comfort zone. I had to take on a different challenge, just being a guy on the back line, like you said, kind of quarterback style, seeing everything. And even just talking to my teammates, letting other people know their voices can be heard, Tyson's in the game, it's the same thing. If anybody sees someone on the court, speak up about it.
Two more questions, first row.
Ime wouldn't shy away from giving his opinion if he thought you guys were doing something wrong publicly. That's not something Brad did at all in previous years. How big an adjustment was that for you and for the team?
Um, you know, as a family, I think of it as you protect in private and you address in public. So I say both of those guys, Coach Udoka and Brad. They address situations for sure. My years, this 1 year with Ime, the years I had with Brad, they weren't afraid to step on toes, and I feel like they help make players better.
With Dime specifically, it felt like a lot of times during the year he would say, "Rob's got to play through pain."
Yeah.
So you clearly felt that and you heard that. I mean, what kind of impact did that have on you?
Yeah, bigger expectations, better expectations for me. I got a great relationship with Coach Udoka, so I'm one of those guys he could say stuff like that to. Playing against the Bucks, he looked at me one time and just told me, you're gonna stop letting motherfuckers run you over. You know what I'm saying? So he know I respond well when he challenges me like that.
Last question. Do you feel here on the left?
Given Golden State's offense and what they might throw at you and discover about you guys game by game in this series, do you feel like your defense will be learning some things about itself as you deal with what they do game by game?
Yeah, I feel like that's every game. Obviously, a lot more attention to detail now. So yeah, everything's not gonna be perfect. It may be plays where we get shooken up, but as long as we, bring it back to home, bring it back to core, and just stay strong within ourselves.
Thank you, Robert.
Sure.